we're going to use JavaX to create an authentication program, right? So to prompt user with username, password, and account type. So first we're going to learn how to use JavaX. So we create a class that extends application, and technically just import, right? Application. Now you may see, you might not see. Let's try to import JavaX first. Like sometime if you don't see that, you need to include the library to JavaX, right? That errors. So it happened in Eclipse here. So to do that, you can go to build path and configure, and you can get access rules and add. And it should be JavaFX/***. And we want to make it accessible. Click OK, apply, and OK. Now it's going to show no errors, right? Because it's just blocking that, so we have to make it accessible. And JavaX, you need to have the start, right? So it's called start to launch applications. Well, we're not going to worry about the throw exceptions, so we just need the public void start, and this is going to be stage. We call instant name primary stage, and you need to do launch in your main, right? ARGS launch, LAUNCH, launch the application. When you hit, like, you click the application, right, it's gonna launch. Like technically, if I run this application, it's going to call main launch, which is it's going to call start here. So, and it should show a JavaFX application if we make it to show. Like now it's not showing, which we can make it to show by call the primary stage dot show, right? So that's the Windows, right? JavaFX Windows. But we said we need components that we talk about username, password, and account type that we have to add on to that primary stage. So primary stage pretty much just like your window width, minimize, maximize, and close windows. You technically need to put like a background. If you talk about when you go to the show or the theater, that stage, and they have the background, which is a scene, right? They call it scene. So the scene can always change with different scenes. So we can put the object like username, password, right, on the scene, and the account type dialog here, right? It's not dialog, it's like an items, I would call, right? Then we need to introduce the scene in, right? Scene, and call instant name scene, right, equals to a new scene. So you technically need to import, right, javafx.scene.scene. And now scene also, like, the constructor need to have the parent, which is we should have the scene parent of the scene should be the stage itself, right? Or you can put you see that stage here, and scene, the parent of the scene is a stage, right? you can put a object onto the scene, right? So let's do that here. Like we said, this should have the object, right? Object could be, we talk about text, which is the username, right? txt equals to new text. Like text is a text field, so we importing text field. Right, JavaFX scene.text. Right. And then you technically can put into text if you want, right? You can do that. With, let's see the parameters. Okay, so it's just look at the type now. So now if you put the text now, you may see it's going to fill up the screen. Like a button is going to fill up like that. Okay. You can, let's say if I say new text. Okay. Or you can just say username is the same thing here. Right, I refer to that text. But you need to pretty much just give the size, right, of the text. Like this one have 200 and 250 of the button, right? So we have text and we have the size. So it still want me to change the type. So let me move new text here and see what happens. Okay. So button is fine because button is part of the control. It seems like I said, you have to look at the Java doc for scene. This is Java doc. Look at, it's looking for something as the parent type, right, and width and height. So the parent is scene.parent scene.node, right? And the object that belongs to parent, like for example, we were looking at button, right? So let's go to look at the Java doc for button. When you hover on that, it's going to show Java doc. You can hit this, it's going to take to button. And you can see it's come from parent. See that? So that means button is the parent. So that's why it's allow button to, right, fill in. But if I look back to, go back to the code again. Here, right? If I look back to my text, you can hover your mouse over and the Java doc will pop up. Click this, it's going to take you. And look at this text there's no parent. So that's why it's not allowing text. Okay. So it depends on the object that can fill in. So that's why that's one reason that we don't want to put it directly to the scene. Okay. And also, if you run this, the second reason is it's going to fill in. I need to set the scene to primary stage after that, right? So we can do primary stage dot set scene and scene, right? So scene has the button, right? And this is the button. I just need to put a word for it, like click me. Right, so let's rerun this again. Big button. So that's another second issue. Like, it's going to fill up the whole scene. Right. Like, one issue is it will not take your text field, right? So we have to find something that is a parent and also take all the objects, right? So we have the item we call pane, right? Pane is part of the parent, if you can see that. Control, we talk about button, right? Text is not, text is no, you see that? So button is part of the parent, so it allows you to fill in, right, to the scene, and scene put in the stage, right? So we need flow pane, grid pane, border pane, hbox, vbox, stack pane. So let's talk about each pane. Flow pane is just like a flow. First item go, second item go, like a flow. If you add the text first, text go, button second, and so on. But if you add grid pane, use grid pane, it's going to be like your phone. You have a grid that you can control location of each button, number 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Border pane, it just show north, like top, right, left, center, and bottom. Hbox is just horizontal. It's going to stack from the left to right. Vertical is stacked from the top to the bottom. So stack pane, stack is just, it's going to put on the top of each other. Now let's look at VBox. Okay, the reason I want to use VBox is I think it's fine to stack from the top to bottom, and you see what I mean. So instead of fill in the whole thing with a button here, I really going to use VBox, right? And I'm gonna call pane, equals to new VBox. Okay, so we need to import VBox, right? And we can put that into the scene instead. Now let's look at VBox. I'm going to create a text field instead of text, okay? Because text just show the text. Now text field, I need to import text field. I no longer need text, just delete it. And I don't need a button, I'm going to delete it. Let's think. We have to do authentication. We need a button, right? Yeah. So I'll leave it. And what else? So we need text field for username, and we need password field, right? For the password. Okay. So, and you need to import password field. And what else? You need the drop down box, right? And that type we call combo box. Okay, so I'm going to show you the combo box. So this textbook is good. It's showing you how to use JavaFX step by step here. Okay, and this is layout that we're talking about. Like if you want to go back, yeah, let's show you how to create something like that. Here, layout, line, so on. I just want to scroll down and show you the item that we want to use. Let me just search combo box. Right, so that's the one that we want to use.